one of the goats of catching predators. He posted a video titled "How I Caught My Own Grandpa." That's actually a crazy sentence, man. Imagine catching your own family member, bro. Ah, man, bro. Man, I saw this video going crazy for him, man. He deserves it, bro. But I mean, I got to react. This is the first ever Oma video we reacted to on stream. First of many. Gonna go on and like it because I already know it's a banger. Let's watch this.
Hello, this is Kaiser. You may have seen my sister's videos, but I'm using my sister's account and, you know.
Bro, why does this feel like a crime documentary? You know how, like, they always pick, like, the happiest moment before everything just goes to ish? Like, bro, oh, man, like, this was Billy before he was tragically murdered by his family. Oh, that was scary. Yo, that was scary. Hold up. I thought my thing was glitching out for a second.
Imagine being halfway across the country at 13 years old, alone with only your little sister and a grandparent you barely know.
Hope you liked the video.
But what you do know is you just accidentally found a crap load of CP. And the man who holds it, your own grandfather, is your only way home.
You may have seen some comments in the past calling out my absolute honker ears. Hell, this one's even deformed. But even with my big...
How are we gonna go from that dramatic intro to a Raycon? Oh, nah. Not smooth at all, Ryan. Nah. Bro, using his trauma for the bag. You gonna use your trauma for the brag, Ryan?
million subscribers, I figure what better time to make an Oma origin story video than, well, now. I mean, it's not like there's ever exactly a good time to make a video about your grandfather being a serial predator, but hey, this is probably the closest it'll be to a good time. I grew up never really knowing my dad. He beat the piss out of me pretty badly when I was a baby, so I hear. My mom was actually told that I was never even going to be able to walk, and I would likely be paralyzed. I grew up pretty religiously as well for the first 10 years or so of my life, going to church pretty much almost every Sunday. And you know, God teaches you to love your family. So, when eventually my grandparents reached out to my mom wanting to be in our lives, she was somewhat accepting. Like I said, I never knew my dad, and he was never in my life, but his parents wanted to be in mine despite what he had done. Initially, my mom didn't really want anything to do with them, but after a few years and, you know, being a struggling single mother, she eventually allowed them to send us things through our church. I was about 6, this went on for probably a few years, and my mom had finally decided that they had won her over enough to allow them to meet us. Us being me and my little sister, who is 1 year younger than me. Met them at Chuck E. Cheese, and honestly, I remember it being a blast. I mean, what kid isn't gonna have fun at Chuck E. Cheese? We got to know them, learned a lot about them, and we learned that my grandfather was actually a pastor, an active youth pastor at a children's ministry in North Carolina. Of course, my mom liked that and, you know, green flags, so they began to come around more and more. Not much because they lived in North Carolina, but about once or twice a year we would see them. Typically, we'd only really see them if they were, like, in town for some church reasons or occasionally family reasons, but this arrangement went on for about 7 or 8 years until I was 13 and my sister was about 12. I think I was in 8th grade at the time, and we had concocted this amazing idea to spend our spring break over in North Carolina with our grandparents. You know, really get to know them. Honestly, overall, it was a pretty dope vacation. We saw mountains, I saw oceans, we ate great food. It was great, all besides for a few red flags that at the time seemed minor, but
what
now,
are the red flags?
You know,
what were the red flags?
It was mostly minuscule, but there's one instance in particular that my mom was particularly concerned about, even at the time. There was one instance where I had mildly, like, upset my grandfather, and he kind of, like, just flipped a switch and turned into a whole new human being for a little while. It's kind of scary. Basically, there was this girl that I knew we were going to be meeting for some reason or another. I think she was like a step relative on my grandma's side or something along those lines. I'm not sure, but I knew I wasn't related to her, and I knew we were meeting her. And of course, I thought she was cute, so I did what any boy would do at the time with no game. I sent her a Facebook friend request and added her there. I don't know if I thought I would lay on the charm with my Instagram posts like before I met her, but I added her for some reason. Anyways, my grandpa, as old people do, took tons of pictures on this trip and posted them on Facebook. However, there was one particularly bad photo of me that he had posted where I just really didn't like the way I looked. It was an unflattering picture of me, to say the least. I can probably find it, but I knew he had this girl friended and I had her friended, and I didn't want her to see that. I was embarrassed. You know, I'm a young boy in a changing body, and a girl that I knew I was meeting and thought was cute could see this ugly picture of me, so I simply asked him to delete it because I was embarrassed by it. I think a reasonable request for an insecure little boy, but not to him apparently.
He basically just got super pissy about it, going like, fine, I guess I'll never get pictures of you again. Guess I don't need pictures of my own grandchildren. Kind of being a baby about it. But
Nah, man, bro. He knew what he was doing, bro. Bro, the huzz was around. The huzz was around, bro. You were the competition, man. He was taking out the competition, bro. Grandpa not slick, bro. I mean, you know, this is the equivalent of being an L-man's. You know, this was y'all's two-man, and he wanted to make you look bad, so that way he looked good in front of her, bro. It's obvious, man. It's obvious.
But
bro.
eventually he got over it, and we went about our vacation up until the last night there.
What happened?
I've been making videos for a long time. Pretty much since I was like 5 years old, I've been trying to create content on the internet. And as such, I've become very familiar with the internet and technology at a young age, including internet culture. You'll see why this is important in a minute. It was our final day in North Carolina, and we had just gotten back to my grandparents' house from the other place we were staying at for a few days. We had our flight back home the next morning pretty early, and we had yet to print our tickets. And so my grandfather gave me his phone to do so. I did so without issue, and we got our tickets printed to go home. However, you know on phones how you can like swipe up or hit a button and see all of your open apps that are running in the background, and you can swipe up or down to close them? Well, I've always had a habit of doing that, and so without even thinking, I did so on my grandfather's phone, just out of habit. I was habitually swiping up fast, and so I closed it quick, but I realized that I closed an app that had caught my eye in particular, an app that I thought it to be interesting that my grandpa even had on his phone. I'll give you a few seconds to take a guess as to what app could be so alarming.
Kick
That
or Telegram?
was Kick.
Yeah. Kick, man. Man. Chat. Woo. If I ever was able to get into my old Kick that I had in middle school, the things in there, bro. Oh my gosh. Cause listen, you kids nowadays, y'all give y'all numbers out to, you know, people at school. You know, if you like a girl, you'll give your number out to her, or, you know, you guys just talk on Snapchat. Back in my day, this is what had to happen. Let's say, you know, you like the girl, right? You would go on her Instagram. You wouldn't slide into the DMs because there wasn't DMs on Instagram yet. You would have to go into the comment section. You have to go into the comment section and be like, out in front of everyone, and then mama can see you say this. You would have to go into the comment section and be like, hey, you're cute. What's your snap? What's your Kick? And then they will reply under you and give them their Kick. But you have to be quick about it, because after you added them, they had to delete the comment and stuff because, bro, you know, they just didn't want a bunch of people just adding their Kicks and stuff. But man. And why is a kid on an adult app, though? Bro, back in middle school, everybody at my school was on Kick. It went down on Kick, man. It went down on Kick. All I'm saying is, like, legally, I cannot get into my old Kick. Legally. It's a good thing I don't remember the password and stuff. Legally, that Kick gotta go. That Kick gotta go, man. Man.
Kik Messenger. If you know anything about Kik Messenger or its history, then I'm sure you'll know why this piqued my interest pretty quickly. See, even being 13 at the time, I knew way more than I should have about the internet, so I knew about Kik. Kik for a long time had been, and still unfortunately is to this day, a clusterfuck of an app, known for being the go-to messaging service for child predators.
On Kik, users share
I didn't even know that until like I started doing these catches, because like it was never no weird stuff when I was, but then again, I guess I wasn't the target demographic.
messages, photos, and videos. You don't have to be friends to connect. Anyone can contact anyone, anonymously. Kik is one of the most popular apps that works this way. And that's the problem, according to police.
I didn't assume anything at this time, and less alarm bells rang in my head than probably should have, but it was enough to pique my interest, at least a little bit. I mean, come on, maybe Grandpa was in some church group chats. We went about the night as normally as we could, but I decided in my head that when everyone had fell asleep, I was gonna sneak my grandpa's phone and have a look-see as to what he was up to on Kik. Who knows, maybe it really just was a nice church group chat, and it was my cue to find God again. It was not. For about 3 hours, I just sat on my phone, waiting for my opportunity. About 1 a.m., everyone had fallen asleep for a little while. My grandpa had foolishly left his phone out on the table. He also foolishly didn't have a password on it. I managed to sneakily grab his phone and then lock myself in the bathroom to begin checking it out. I remember seeing his profile first. It was a picture of him in a tie-dye shirt. He went under the name Horny Artist.
Oh! No, Grandpa, no!
Needless to say, there were no church group chats, and honestly, there was no real good explanation for why he had Kik. Unless you count having terabytes of CP as a good explanation.
Terabytes!
I wouldn't. I don't think I need to go into detail with what I saw, but just know I saw pretty much probably the worst stuff that I probably could have seen. I began scrolling through, and there was probably about 50 different individuals my grandfather was trading this nasty stuff with. One of the main people he would converse with on this app was someone named Kat. He had also shared images of my sister with her, as well as pictures of the other step-granddaughter that we had met earlier.
Oh my gosh, yo. Oh my gosh, man. He was using his grandchildren to make other children comfortable. Oh my God. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. Throw away your whole family line. Your whole dad's family line, throw it all away, bro. That bloodline gotta go, Ryan. You can't have kids. It gotta end with you, man. You beat the curse, bro. Bro, get a vasectomy, man. Let it die out.
Earlier on this trip. It was all normal pictures, but he just mentioned that we were visiting and that this other granddaughter would be staying with him for a week later that same summer. Now, honestly, I wasn't really sure what to do, and I mean, I don't think any 13-year-old would. I didn't want to really record what was on his phone because I didn't want to have CP on my own phone and get in trouble. I made sure to memorize his username and diligently studied his conversation with this cat person. Funny enough, this is how I actually knew how to catch predators on Omegle, is because this cat girl at this time told my grandfather that she uses Omegle to find other predators and kids. Anyways, I'd concocted a plan. We ended up leaving the next day and made it home safely. Right when we got back home, I got right to work. When I got back home, I made a fake Kik profile, pretending to be a 26-year-old girl. And yes, my plan was I was basically acting like a fellow predator, 13 years old. I reached out to him telling him I was a friend of this cat girl, and we got to talking. Hey, my friend Kit told me about you. Who? Cat? And? Just Cat. Then he immediately sends a penis picture. No words, just straight dick.
Yeah, Ryan, you can't have kids. You know how Hitler's brothers, they all decided not to have kids to let the bloodline die out? You can't have kids, Ryan.
He immediately sends a penis picture. No words, just straight dick. You married? I asked. By this point, I could gauge he was a sick fuck and enjoyed being a sick fuck, so I knew he probably wouldn't have an issue admitting to this. To be honest, yes. You? No, I'm 26. I have a boyfriend though. I mean, this right here, my age was really showing. I said that like a 26-year-old wouldn't be married. That's unreasonable. Like, oh no. It's an open relationship. He doesn't care what I do. Does your wife know? Heck no. Better not get caught. Kissing emoji.
Oh! Why you raising up your grandpa? Bro, you couldn't have just figured out what his password was and got the account? Like, you had to raise up your... Okay, listen, I understand you were a kid and everything, but there are so many other, like, routes to go about this. Like, you risen up Gramps. Oh my god.
I want to suck a dick. Try it. Do you have anyone who...
What?
Dick you can...
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh.
Can suck? LOL. Tried mine. I'm just short. LOL.
What? Nah, this is actually crazy. This is actually okay. No, the Asian predator, the rice gum predator is always gonna be the craziest one ever. Like, nothing's ever gonna top that. But this is second place, man, bar none.
You could always meet with someone. He sends another picture of his pee-pee. What did Kat say? I asked if she knew any hot guys who will send pics, and she gave me you. He then sent me a picture of him holding his wiener with his face in it. Better yet, it also said camera right underneath the image, which on Kik means that was taken alive. Right then, in that moment, while we were texting. Where's your wife? At work. Sneaky. Do you have a friend you can suck off?
Nigga, this ain't even part of the investigation! No, no. Kaiser, what is happening? What is happening, Kaiser?
I think my mindset here was I was just trying to see if you had mentioned anyone that I might have known, or me, or my sister or something. I don't know. Not yet. So I pressed them harder, or sign depending on your relationship. I know some people would do stuff with their kids or grandkids. And then unfortunately, I got the response I was looking for. I would. With who? Granddaughter.
Yes, bastard!
This is actually the craziest thing I've ever seen.
This
nigga said this.
Oh, how old are they? 12. How often do you see them? Then his response to that was a picture of my sister just sitting at the beach in her bathing suit. That was a safe for work image. It was like a Facebook image you would find on like a mom's.
So I mean that. Oh my gosh, that means he whacked it to his granddaughter. He whacked it to his granddaughter.
Facebook, but obviously it's pretty disturbing to have seen it being sent around that way. I was honestly speechless, so I just responded with I'll send a pic later. He then sent another picture of one of his other step-granddaughters, the one that we had met previously on this trip, who was also around our age. You know, now that I think about it, me and Grandpa were eyeing the same girl, which was not cool, dude. When did you see them last? They taste good, too. Spent a week with first pic, second pic coming for a week. And you didn't try anything? And he just responded with, her brother in the pool, too. Rubbing your kitty? Yeah, I am. Nah, see. And I guess I just never seen a vagina in my life, or knew how they work, or probably even talked to a woman at this point in my life, because for some reason, my response to, yeah, I'm playing with my kitty, can you see? My response was, send a pic when I'm not around people. Who's there? I'm in a car with my friends and mom. I guess the girl I was pretending to be was a freak. I really don't know how he didn't get skeptical at this point, but hey, I wasn't a professional at this time yet, okay? I was 13. He sent another pee-pee picture. You play with Kat? Not yet. Just started this account yesterday. Send you one of her sucking me when I see your pics. I love young. Okay, I'll trade. He sent 2 more PP pictures and an image of a girl, clearly not 18. At this point, I just decided to leave our conversation alone, as I had pretty much got all that I felt that I needed from him, and he had pretty heavily incriminated himself already at this point. So naturally, I felt like I had seen enough of Grandpa for the day, and I just left him alone. And before I even went to the police or even told my own mom, I wanted to make people around him aware, so I messaged the mother of the other granddaughter. "Excuse me, but do you have a moment to spare? It could involve your daughter." "Yes?" Now honestly, I didn't think she would take me seriously because I was a literal kid myself at the time, so I lied to her a little bit. "I'm an online vigilante who catches pedophiles and stops them before they do anything to
You can tell he's a kid. He spelled that wrong. That's so cute.
harm anyone. Unfortunately, I have hard evidence of Tom Kinsley saying and sending very illegal things. I would keep your daughter away from him as well." And might I say, that message was June 9th of 2017. And what a crazy foreshadow, because here I am 8 years later. This was basically my destiny, you know? Basically, I created a fake
Oh, Oma just texted me. W reaction.
profile
Bro,
pretending to be a 26-year-old
what's your
girl.
Discord,
to
man?
get
We gotta
proof of
hop on
him admitting to
Discord.
things he wants to do to your daughter, his other granddaughter, and other kids. And inevitably, this got the ball rolling. And he then pretty swiftly underwent FBI investigation and was arrested and charged with indecent liberties with a minor, as well as 5 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. Unfortunately, he bitched out like the coward we all know these child predators are, and on June 17th, 2017, took his own life in his jail cell. Hopefully this gives
Nah, that's crazy. Bro, your own grandson made you. Yo, that's actually crazy. Because, bro, that's literally what my next question was about to be. I was about to be like, bro, like, so, like, is he still in jail? Or, like, what's going on during those family reunions? Dang. Oh, man. Wow. Oh my gosh, the trauma. Oh man, oh my gosh, Ryan, I feel so bad for you, bro.
gives you all some more insight in regards to
And he got this happy music playing. This ain't no happy ending. Or I mean, it ain't that happy.
into 2017, took his own life in his jail cell. Hopefully this gives you all some more insight in regards to why I do what I do and the content style that I make. Views and shit are obviously cool and all, but this style of content has always had a deeper and more personal meaning to me. Thank you guys so much for 1 million. That's literally...
Man, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, Ryan, man. Chat, do you think I should tell my story? You think I should tell my story one day, chat, of why this means so much to me?
I just caught the tail end of the stream, like the last minute or two. What'd you think of the Oma lore?
Bro, the lore is crazy. So this is the documentary you were talking about.
Yeah, something like that. It didn't like go the full way I wanted it to, but I think it still turned into a pretty good video.
Nah, man, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Me and my chat, like, it had me hooked the whole
Really?
way, dog. That had me hooked the whole way.
That means a lot, bro. That means a lot.
Nah, I genuinely enjoyed it, bro, man. Bro, so...
Bro, you're... What?
Nah, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, you're kind of how I got into all this, man. Like, you're how I found Skeet, and then Skeet, like, lived close to me, and that's how I got, like, really into doing all this. And now we got this Richard catch that's about to drop, huh?
I know, man, bro. This one's gonna go crazy, dog.
Bro, I think this Richard video is gonna be my best yet. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Nah. I you know, from the snippet that you sent me, bro, it's coming out together nice.
Yeah. I low key, dude, it's looking like a movie.
Bro, man. So I got so many questions, bro.
Of course, ask away.
So, like, because you didn't really talk about, like, you telling your mom. So, like, what was your mom's reaction when you told her?
Oh, man. So I didn't really have a piece this, like, in. So there was actually there's, like, a day gap where I didn't tell her. And there's more Oma lore. I had another, I'll just say, like, close predator in my life at this time that I had just dealt with, like, a month prior. Specifically, like, with my mom. So it was, like, a lot on her. And I didn't want to, like, dump it on her. And so... You know how I messaged the other, like, granddaughter's mom first.
Yeah.
So she basically put everyone on a high alert, and my grandpa like randomly called my mom, like basically crying, saying like I would never do anything to your kids. And then my mom, I was at my friend's house at the time, pulled up and she asked like what was going on. And then like from there, we went like right to the police station at that point, and then he was like arrested that night.
Wow. That's crazy. How much CP was found on his computer?
Oh, dude, there was like a shit tons of terabytes. Like from my own personal memory, there was like 30 different people he was conversing with on a daily basis on the Kick app and just like trading crazy shit with.
What was your grandma's reaction?
Bro, so I actually, obviously because I was like so young at the time, my mom never really told me much else, and I actually have never heard from my grandma again at this point. But my mom insinuated that my grandma had her own weird stuff going on as well. But I was literally never to this day told more than that.
Wow. So there could be a part 2.
There could be a part 2 I don't know about. And given that I heard that information, I'm not exactly keen to rekindle the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, man. Wow. So did you have to go to like court? Because I'm guessing like, because you're the one who spearheaded all of this pretty much.
So I was going to have to like go to court and testify pretty much up until he ended his own life.
Oh, so he ended his life before the trial started.
He killed himself after being in jail for like a few days. So there was no like, it didn't end up really leading anywhere because, well, I mean, you know what happens to those dudes in prison.
Wow. And how old was he?
He, I think, was like 60. He was like late 50s or early 60s at the time.
Okay, so what about what was your dad's reaction?
He's not really like been in my life, but like way later on, we had a small conversation about it. He was like, yeah, he's kind of always been like that. But
so that was your dad's dad, right?
That was my dad's dad, but I grew up like not knowing my dad.
Yeah.
And so there was like that disconnect there. But I guess he had like known that he was like that, but he obviously couldn't get that information out to us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
bro. The lore is deep, man. The lore is deep.
Wow, man. And the video's going crazy for you too.
Dude, a mill in 2 days is kind of crazy. Thanks, Grandpa, for the bag. I might as well get a bag for my trauma, you know?
Bro, you got me wanting to talk about my trauma, man. Like I gotta put people onto the JiDion lore.
When the day comes, I'm sure, you know, the support will be there. I'll be there to watch. You have your own little personal
I do
lore with this?
I do.
Really?
I have lore, man. I have lore.
Shit, man. Maybe we can have this little discussion off stream one day. Or whenever you make the video. But
Yeah, nah. If I do it, I would probably do it myself. Like I would like just be. Like,
oh no, I meant like your own video. Yeah.
No. I mean like I'll probably like edit it all myself and like do it all by myself. Like.
Oh, make it real personal.
Yeah. And then I'll just like drop it.
You should do that, like a EDP watch special one day. You know, like 100 catches. You celebrate and talk about that. You know.
JiDion. Nah, man, but bro, I'm not gonna lie. This was crazy, man.
I'm glad you enjoyed. I was honestly really nervous to drop it. I didn't know like what the reception would be. You know. You
killed it, man. Like you could ask chat, man. I was hooked like from the beginning to the end, man. Like this, this was. Is that the best Predator? Like the Asian dude that drove his car and stuff is always gonna be the craziest one in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This I gotta put this second, man. I gotta put this second, bro. Like
second.
This, bro, it's like the lore, like, bro, it's crazy. And then me personally knowing you, dog, like,
yeah, bro.
Man, we can't let them know about what's going on this weekend. But like, what, bro, man, Banger dropping, or Banger coming this weekend. We're doing.
Huge, massive, bro. I actually think this is my new favorite like Predator catch. The way it's coming out,
for real.
This might be my new favorite one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Nah, man.
It's looking like a movie.
No, I was talking about Sunday.
Oh yeah, what we're doing Sunday? That's gonna be. I mean, that's like You can't replicate. No one else can replicate that.
Yo, we're doing something crazy on Sunday, man. We're doing something crazy.
Dude, it's gonna be the biggest catch ever. I don't want to spoil, but like, Mr. Skeet's out there too, right?
Yeah. Skeet's coming.
Man, it's gonna be insane. If you're coming out, I have a few guys lined up Saturday as well.
Oh, say less. My bad, but bro.
It'll be a good time.
Hey man, I just want to let you know, man. W video, I'm
Appreciate
glad you,
it,
your sister. Wait, did you ever get with the step granddaughter? Like, what happened with her?
Nah, man. Grandpa kind of killed the vibe after all that. Not gonna lie. Kind of ruined the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
She was like, I'm done with that whole, bloodline.
Yeah, the bloodline's no good at this point. I got people saying my hard drive needs to be checked.
No. Man, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. You're literally born for the smart schoolboy 9. I gotta get it, bro. What is the lore with this dude?
So the lore with this guy is he's like basically an old man in England who pretends himself to be like a little boy, but in like the creepiest possible way. Like he paints his face white, and he's basically this grown fat man who dresses like a schoolboy. But it's like weird because he makes an Instagram account posing as a schoolboy, but also calling out other predators and be like, yo, be on the lookout for these old men who are pretending to be children. But he himself is an old man pretending to be children. It's really weird. You should watch the Nick Crowley has a video on it. It's like a documentary. It's very good.
You think I should get into the lore of it?
I think you should get into the lore into it. It's interesting.
All right, bad. I'm gonna get into the lore. All
right.
But here, man. I'm gonna talk to you later, Ryan. You be safe, big dog.
Talk to you later, bro. See you Saturday.
Peace. See you Saturday.
Peace.
Man, great dude, chat. Great freaking dude.